Sawyer with jobsandme.com. We are here today at the 19th Annual Maine HR Convention, and I am joined today with Chester Elton of The Culture Works. We are so pleased to have you here. We just got done your keynote. You had everyone laughing, crying, you name it. And your purpose was to talk about your new book, All In.
Yeah.
And you were bringing the idea to the table that in order for your culture to thrive, you as a leader have to be all in. So can you tell us about that?
Well, you know, it's a pretty simple premise, right? That you can't give what you don't have. And so as a leader, you have to really exemplify the vision, mission, and values, particularly the values of the organization. Because as a leader, everybody's looking to you.
Right.
People, you know, if they're aspirational, they want to be the leader. So what does a leader look like? Well, the leader looks like you. So that idea of do as I say, not as I do, it just doesn't work, right? So what kind of behaviors are you modeling? You know, are you caring for the customer? Are you integral in all your business dealings and so on? So that's the premise. And then, of course, there's the model and the way you go about it as well.
And it doesn't have to be expensive. That's what you were bringing up, you know? So why is it so difficult for leaders to get into this routine?
It's a great question. What we say is it's common sense uncommonly practiced. So a lot of it is common sense. You know, people have a need to be validated. They have a need to be coached. They want to know that they're on the right track. You know, in the book All In, we talk about they're engaged, but they're enabled and they're energized. So I'm given the tools to do my job, and I'm energized around the why of work, not just what we do and how we do it, but why we do it. And then there are 7 steps, and a lot of it is very employee-focused, right? Or do you share everything with your employees, you know?
Transparency.
Right. Are you partnering with your talent? Are you rooting for each other? Are you holding each other accountable, and so on? So, yeah, the premise is very simple, but it's all in the execution. And is it something you do daily, you know, not just at the year-end banquet or, you know, when times are good, which is when it's easy, right?
And it's about being consistent, as you just said. And it's not culture and transparency and communication. They're not just buzzwords that are celebrated.
No, you know, in the presentation we talked about if you don't nurture the culture you want, a culture is going to grow up, whether you're like, and it's probably not the one you want. So, you know, lay the foundation. Here's how we talk to each other. Here's how we treat each other. Here's how we treat our customers and so on. You know, the phrase that a good friend of mine gave me actually is that the idea, especially around customers, is that the customer experience never will exceed the employee experience. So what kind of employee experience are you creating? Are you a best place to work? Are you a preferred employer? Those are all good business things to do, by the way, and show to be very productive. And
you had said that any product, any service can be replicated, but what can't be replicated are your people.
Exactly, your culture.
Yes, they carry everything out.
And think about all the different products. You know, like there's Disney and there's Six Flags, and they attract remarkably different customers, right? Disney, very family-oriented. Six Flags, you know, it's more about the thrill of the ride and so on. So they're both true to their cultures, and they both have a good niche, but they are very different. So you don't necessarily go to Disney for the rides. You go for the experience. Now, do they have great rides? Yeah, they do. So it's really interesting. It's the culture, it's the people. You know, Disney, they're cast members, they're not employees, and so on and so on. And there's lots of things people do, but you're right. Products and services are almost instantly replicated. Culture, that's tougher.
That's tougher. And as HR professionals, the challenge is putting the ROI, so the return on investment, and putting it into terms that your CEO, your C-suite understands.
Right.
So you talked a little bit about a positive culture has a much higher return on investment, something like 600 and some odd percent over 11 years.
Well, that was over 11 years, yeah, so it doesn't have...
But you can show it.
But to your point, the idea is, you know, I've got the data and the case studies, but what is the result? Because we're in business to stay in business, right? So it doesn't make me a better company today than I was yesterday. And that's the bottom line, right? And that's very simple. If it doesn't impact the bottom line, if it doesn't make you a better company, well, you should probably stop doing it. But that's what we love about what we do, is it's common sense. And given a roadmap on how you execute it, it will produce results.
And that roadmap is right here in this book.
Page 213.
Page 213. So make sure that you pick up a copy of Chester's book. You can get it here at the conference, or where else can they get a copy of this?
Well, it's at airports, it's on Amazon, and if you buy 2 books on Amazon, the shipping's free. I'm just saying.
Awesome. You were a pleasure to watch, and we look forward to hearing more from you in the future.
That was a pleasure for me, too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
You got it.